I spent all this time doing this stream, setting this up to avoid copyright strikes, making it completely transformative, and then YouTube stops my stream, and that's it. I don't even think I can stream now. Oh, there it is. Completely transformed. You know, so I was watching this. Funniest field acts on AGT 2024, which I'm allowed to pause every now and then and comment on. This is posted on a channel that doesn't even own America's Got Talent. They're posting the whole video without commentary. So what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? And this is going to get shut down too, even though I did a bunch of crap. So it doesn't, you know, I transformed the video. Like, no, there's not enough transformation. No. What you're doing, that's not truly transformative. These people, I mean, I legit made a good video. YouTube had to shut it down and delete it. I mean, for real. Half of it wasn't even this. It was 3 hours. It was 3 hours. So I'm pretty pissed off. Imagine having a stream that maybe you liked, and then YouTube deletes it. You put a bunch of work into it.
You come up criticizing things on TV. This means you're using the likeness of TV to make your views enhanced and.
Oh, you can't have fun? You can't have fun on YouTube? Is that what's going on?
You can have plenty of fun. You can play video games. You can't watch other people's videos, even if you change it a bunch about it, and you pause it every 5 seconds.
They didn't like that I was breaking things down. For real. There were some observations that you're not going to get, and I get why my family hated me. Hates me to this day. Because all I do is I'm like, did you notice that pattern? They're like, we don't like that crap, Brian. We don't like that crap. We're not going to even have video. We can't even play audio. We're going to do anything. Because we'll get copyright strikes. Since we know YouTube literally went into a video no one was watching that was live, they said we can't have this live on the internet. I mean, that's what happened. They literally went into a video that had no viewers, that won't have viewers. They said, we have to shut this down. We can't have this. So this thumbnail right here is from one of my previous videos. It's actually how I set up. That's how many windows I had. And that's why it was at one point it got impossible to change things around. So I created a new setup, and I spent 3 hours on that, and the video got deleted. So if YouTube's really trying to wage war with me, well,
will not accept because that's something I don't do. I'll find ways to work with YouTube in a way that's apparently they won't shut my stream down for no reason. I get it, it's AI. It's just AI doing its thing. But if I can't even make a video, so now everybody else is doing it, it's just pretty crazy that the stream will just get shut down while it's on. It's because I probably played that crappy Weeknd song because someone was doing some dance. That Italian guy did the dance to the Weeknd song. I had some interesting conversation with Claude that's gone. Some deep dives into the contestants. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. Gotta play video games. They want you to play video games so you don't talk. They want you to waste your energy. I mean, they really do. They don't want you. If you're going to talk, they want you to talk, be entertaining, keep people engaged. They don't want you to actually talk, though. That's why they keep you distracted. So you can't even begin to think or talk. Because you're going to get distracted by open up the chest, getting that guy. Oh, I got to reload this or that. Now I got a whole... Let me guess, YouTube's going to shut down this stream too, because I'm watching my own YouTube page, working on my thumbnails. Can't have getting a copyright strike automatically from your own channel. I do like this 3D video. I do believe that we are at the precipice of creating, I mean, we already did it. We created the video. It's 360. It gives you a little taste of what we're able to do, what we're going to do. I'll show you really quick. You can just turn around, move around, by just using you can do multiple layers. You can like a cat. There's another cat. There's lots of secrets. Cat up there or something. And then there's a light coming from there, which we don't go. It's where the light's shooting from. It's kind of weird. My content was removed. Oh my gosh. I was providing commentary. This person. So I just got Michiko Dachinko. Okay. Let's see who that is. Let's see who that is. Mishinko. So that's hilarious. So the reason why my whole stream was shut down because I was singing Bulgarian folk songs. I want my Dude, I can't even go to my stream. Won't even let me download it. They deleted it. They deleted it.
That is hilarious. That's the last thing I would have thought would have shut down my channel. Had nothing to do with America's Got Talent. It was all just, and I was singing along with it. Unbelievable. But there you go. I'm sure they'll remove this stream too, because I've evidenced that what happened. I was literally trying to share my favorite song, and I've been kind of sung along with it, and I got copyright struck. And I didn't play the whole song. Man, that's real. They know how to make things really hurt. They know how to make things really hurt. So that international stuff, they really don't like to be. They like to be kept within their own little world. They're gatekeeping classic folk songs that existed before this technology ever existed. That's wild. Man, I really wish I could just go outside and not have to look at the internet. The big old pile it is. Just a disgusting pile of crap. Lots of good stuff in it that's not allowed to exist. Yeah, if you're not, that's why we have, it's like the reaction to being demoralized endlessly through repetition and classic psychological techniques, mechanisms of control. Yeah. That was actually a stream. We're having fun with it. Oh, YouTube removed my content. Looks like it's over every day. So that was the name of the stream. To help keep our community safe, we removed it from YouTube. What we found. Didn't follow our third-party content policy. We detected third-party content in your live stream was not that was not corrected following repeated warnings of possible abuse. May not have intended to include this content, but live stream should be actively monitored by the channel owner. Any potential issues should be corrected in a timely manner. For a refresher on how content matching works on live streams, please review this article. Oh, so it was an AI did it. I'm going to take action. I had to take policy training. I did it uphill. All I had to do was press a button. This is nerve-wracking. I mean, yeah, I did say some things that could be potentially untoward, but I'm just looking at it. with an extra degree of magnification and critique, because an AI robot is going to now thoroughly scrape through the entirety of that video. And because I was actually watching, I was providing commentary and I was expressing that in the video, so we should be okay. But that's just wild, that one song. That's why it was flagged. It wasn't the America's Got Talent, it was the song. And those songs are hard to sing along with. Just look at these 2 hours of 4K clouds. There we go. If it's upside down, it should be a little bit better. Put it at an angle. There we go. It should be fine. If that's not good enough, YouTube. I mean, come on. He literally knows that as soon as the clock strikes an hour before he gets fed, he's like, maybe I can get the food a little early. You set times for a specific reason. You can't be trying to schmooze your way to some food. I did appeal it, but I mean, they removed the stream. It was like I was live on there, and they're like, we can't have this being broadcasted to the people. Come on, well, we'll see. This will be important. This will let us know how YouTube works and how they do their things. If they genuinely think that I'm not being educational, then the tribe's spoken. But they're not going to gaslight me into saying that that's not what I was doing wasn't educational. It was. It was educational. Yes, there was a part where a song played and it slipped. I didn't recognize that copyrighted music was playing. Am I supposed to know all this stuff? If I make a mistake and a copyright music song plays, like, have some grace. Just remove that part of just remove that from the stream. Set no audio. That's what it takes. Hey Claude, had a bit of a rough patch today with the stream. I was finally getting into my groove, and YouTube shut my stream down and deleted the video.
Oof, that's rough. So YouTube's algorithm or moderation flagged something in your stream and nuked it. Was it a strike situation, or did they just pull the video without warning? What were you streaming, if you don't mind me asking?
Apparently they warned me, but I did a bunch of stuff to make it so it was different than what I was, like it was educational. I was watching something, but I was pausing it a bunch and commenting, and still, it was AI auto flagged or something, content match, I said. And it was a Bulgarian folk song, which those existed before copyright even existed.
Ah, that's frustrating. So you were doing educational commentary and analysis on traditional Bulgarian folk music, pausing to discuss it, and YouTube's content ID still flagged it as a copyright match, even though the material predates modern copyright entirely. That's a genuinely annoying false positive, especially when your intent was clearly educational. The auto-flagging is the kicker. It doesn't distinguish between person uploading full performances for monetization and person doing educational breakdown with commentary.
Yeah, but I played the song. I played copyright songs before and it hasn't stopped my stream, so I'm really confused why that song specifically shut down my stream.
That's genuinely bizarre. So you've streamed copyrighted material before without getting flagged, but this particular Bulgarian folk song triggered a takedown. A few possibilities. Maybe it was the combination of factors, length of the pause and comment segments, or the specific way Content ID detected it this time. Or possibly someone filed a manual claim on that particular track, which would be stricter than the algorithm's usual tolerance. Was this a live stream or pre-recorded? And did the warning say it was a copyright claim or a community guidelines thing?
I didn't really understand the warning, but it said content match ID, and when I looked up the name, and it was the Bulgarian folk song.
Right, so Content ID flagged it specifically. That's odd because Bulgarian folk, especially older traditional stuff, should be out of copyright, or at least murky legally speaking, unless whoever owns the recording, not the composition but the actual recording, registered it with YouTube's Content ID system. They can claim it even if the song itself is ancient. The confusing part is why it hit this stream when you played other copyrighted stuff without issue. Could have been a timing thing. Maybe that particular copyright holder's Content ID setup is more...
It's third-party content. And they said, they repeated me multiple times. I did do an appeal,
but I don't have faith that the AI is going to understand. I mean, while I was doing it, I was talking about how different everything is and how I am providing commentary. And it's funny that I somehow knew that I was in murky territory, even though I knew what I was doing was okay and fine. I was also watching some America's Got Talent show, but I cropped it and I made everything my own, visually and audio wise, and I paused it for commentary. So maybe that's also why I was struck, but that wasn't in my content match. Funny enough, was the Bulgarian folks music.
Yeah, that makes sense. You were being your own thing, pausing for commentary. But the system flagged the Bulgarian folk track instead, which is the ironic part. And you're probably right to be skeptical about appealing to an AI system that's already made a binary decision. It tends to just rubber stamp itself. The thing is, you were in murky territory. Not because what you were doing was wrong, but because YouTube's system doesn't really have a fair use educational commentary lane that works smoothly. It's designed for original content versus not original content, not for nuanced remix and discuss formats. So your instinct that you were walking a line was spot on, even though the intent was solid. Rough luck that the Bulgarian folk tune was what tripped the wire instead of the AGT stuff. Are you thinking about streaming again, or has this soured it a bit?
It soured a bit. I'll probably do a test stream where I'm going to be doing commentary, but I'm going to make it absurdly ridiculous. So so there really shouldn't be any issues.
That's actually clever. Strip it down to something so obviously transformative and absurd that there's no ambiguity about it being commentary rather than here's the content, enjoy. Low stakes test run to see if the system lets it breathe. Good call doing a test first rather than diving back in blind. Let me know how it goes, yeah?